Guest in the studio, basically is a legend in the New England area, Connecticut and whatnot. Man, state your name, my brother.
Yeah, what's going on? It's young Bandz, better known as Guns De Niro, Diamond Guns, G-Dot, you know.
Like I was telling Sal, man, like basically from a teenager and whatnot, you've been popping. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm just happy that you back out here. You know what I'm saying? Actually to put something out and whatnot. Because my first thing I'm gonna ask you, how you feel about all this new music that's out right now? Honest opinion, nothing held back, yeah.
I got asked a question the other day from a writer standpoint.
Yeah.
Because I'm an artist all around the board, so I listen to every kind of music, every genre, and I try to be flexible when it comes to the music. I actually like where it's going. I mean, you can't get upset about the music that's being played now. It's basically like you got to get adjusted to the way that music is being sequenced.
Okay.
Because you have a lot of these different artists. It's art.
Yeah.
Everybody express themselves the way that they express themselves. So I really don't knock it.
Yeah.
My thing is to join these guys and get in there with them and try to make the right record, because you basically a song away from being successful.
True.
And then after that, you got to do it again, and you got to do it again. That's the thing about keep doing it again and again and again and again, making that song.
Because every decade, because pretty much back when I first heard your music, like everybody from Bravehearts, Mobb Deep, Paul Noriega, it was all popping. It was like that 90s New York sound. If you have it,
East Coast.
You know what I'm saying, hip-hop East Coast. Now it's like, Atlanta and actually the Bay Area is taking over now with the bounce music.
If you think about it, Cali, they gonna always be in the loop. They always had their own little wave, their own little sound where they was making people dance. After Diddy fell back from really doing a lot of the music, it's kind of like he kept that dance and that vibe popping where you could get it in the clubs.
Yeah.
Because at first you could get a street record that's gonna tear the club up, and if it had an okay beat, you could win with it.
Yeah.
But now you gotta move a little differently now. Now it's about 808s and heavy bass and certain kicks and snares, that sounds that people wasn't using before. It's not more sounds in the beat now. If you listen to it, it's more so less tracks that it's taken to make a beat.
So pretty much it's just like less loops in a sense.
Right now, less is more.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's kind of like people over in Dubai. They not going off the music, but staying on music, but just making it like expression of what I'm trying to say is that making a point that over in Dubai, if you go into an apartment over there, if you're not really like rich, you're just middle class, it's like a room, a little kitchen, and a bedroom, but they happy with it because there's enough space for them. That's what I mean by less is more. They're happy. They may have way more money than someone that lives out here in a major big house, but they're comfortable with that. So it's kind of like now the music wave is about making a hit. So if you're not making a hit, you're not going to do any shows because nobody's going to come see you, and nobody's never going to know you.
And a lot of times, back in the 2000s, selling that CD was important. Now it's like iTunes, Amazon. Even you can sell your music on SoundCloud and make money off of that.
Yeah.
So it's like that's a new thing. So when you say a hit, pretty much people just clicking on what they like, they take it.
Now that's what happens. The consumer is in charge now of the game. It's kind of like it's not about these labels putting a big billboard up with your face on it no more. Because at the end of the day, it's just a picture. You walk by, who is this guy? Yeah. When you can know the world within hours, if you're doing, I don't know what it is. It's just about that. It's timing.
Honestly, I gotta salute and say God bless to that dude Steve Jobs for the whole iTunes movement, because he kind of opened it up for the independent artists.
I actually read Steve Jobs' book and I watched the movie. I loved the book better than the movie. As long as the book was about close to 600 pages. It could have been, the movie could have never been that long, but it missed a lot of things. If you actually go back and read that book, he talks about the reality distortion field. I actually try to use that a lot around me and the people that I deal with. The reality distortion field was when he would go to somebody that's great and cuss them out and be like, listen, you're trash. What is this? This is crap.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Because the thing is, they already got a big head. They're already on that level, so they're not used to people.
He brings them down to their level and make them believe that they can do it. Something that they saying that they can't do, he doesn't take no for an answer. He actually used that reality distortion field. Steve Jobs wasn't the hands-on guy when it comes to putting these cartridges and stuff together, but he had the mind to make someone who can actually do it till it's perfect. So he was a genius at him. He's a mastermind.
Man, honestly, I did not know we was going to go this route in the interview, but I'm happy that we taking it here and we on the campus. And shoot, these kids, they need to learn. They need to start reading books outside the classroom too.
Yeah, Steve Jobs is a definitely good book to read. Rhonda Burns' Power, The Secret Power. You know, As a Man Thinketh. There's a lot of good books out there. Think and Grow Rich, Richest Man in Babylon. Because of course you're in college, but at the same time, it doesn't guarantee you a meal ticket. You know, a lot of kids go because they want to get the approval of their parents, and then they come and they party. But then when it's all over, you know, you just messed up your parents' money. So you got to be focused on what it is you want to do. If you don't want to go to school and you got a better plan, you know, I would say stick with college and get the best education you can so that you can actually get in a building where you can get a decent living.
Exactly.
But the way these people are, you know, moving now, like the world is moving now, education is always going to still be important, but it's still hard to get that job if you don't know someone. And any business, networking is important. You can't be too mute. You got to be outgoing person to survive in this world we in now, because it's a competitive world we in, and it's always about that person that you know. It's about that loop and connecting the dots.
Because honestly, like, back in 09, just, you know, playing around with the DJing and whatnot, and then just knowing people like DJ QT and also, you know, other people from, you know, the other commercial stations and whatnot, and, you know, just sitting down and listening and whatnot, because a lot of times people think, okay, I got knowledge of music, I got the newest, the latest equipment, but the thing is, if you don't, you know, actually sit down and listen to somebody that already been through it, and, you know, and just actually gain experience and whatnot, and actually travel, you know, you're really missing out and whatnot. So it's important to actually sit down sometimes, shut up, and listen to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Sometimes I use my mouth more than I use my 2 ears. Cause I swear I know it all. Here and there, I go into that know-it-all moment. But it's crazy what you said about all of these different radio stations and them having better equipment. It's kind of like now, you got a big studio, it's one of the craziest studios in the world, it's worth $10 million, but then you can make a hit in your bedroom using Fruity Loops that cost $200-$300. So at the end of the day, that MPC 3,000, 8,000 that cost you $3-4 grand and set you back, you really don't even need that anymore. So it's kind of like you could start right here doing your disc jockey thing right here at this college, and if your show is hot, you're gonna have other people listening. I don't know if you ever seen the story about Stern, Howard Stern.
Yeah, like his
movie. Did you ever see his movie before?
You talking about Private Parts?
Howard Stern's movie. Yeah, he started at a trash radio station that people thought was trash, but he had his own listeners, and he loved it, what he was doing. And then the big wigs come, and then from there, the rest is history. It's all up to you.
And the thing is, he actually had the power to, like, you know, pretty much go against the FCC and their own rules, and then satellite radio, in a sense, is catered to him, so he could just say whatever he wants to say.
But this is before satellite radio. This is before, that movie showed me, like, you know, a lot of those movies is another kid, too. I forgot the kid name from out of D.C. Willie something or something like that. He was a disc jockey back in the days of slavery. Black dude.
You talking about Petey Green?
Petey Green. That Petey Green story was mean too.
Yo, Holmes got straight out of jail into primetime radio.
Everybody loved Petey Green because Petey Green Petey Green spoke the politics of the streets, what was going on out here. That's what these kids want to know. You got to give them what they don't know, what they not going into that suburban area. It's sad to say that people get a kick out of what's going on where we from. You know what I'm saying? They might be where it's picket fences and that storyline, but more so they cutting their wrists. They not happy. You know what I'm saying? Because they haven't even really seen anything. You know what I'm saying? It's just go to school, work, go to school, work. That begins to be boring.
It's like clustered off one.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta take a ride through Albany Avenue, Route 44, and just look at the slums to appreciate where you live. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny how Albany Avenue, Route 44, and then you just keep going up. You get to Bishop's Corner and all that. How like things are slightly different. Like it's funny. It's like day and night, but you gotta appreciate it though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta appreciate it.
I love the hood, but I mean, I love the suburbs better. Cause guess what? I've been in the hood forever, so guess what? I'm gonna always come back, but you know I'm gonna come back right, and I'm gonna toot my horn because at the end of the day, you grow up, and you gotta move forward. You gotta transition in life. It's not always about playing that corner. You know.
Exactly.
You know, after the corner, you move up. You're supposed to move up, and somebody else supposed to stand in that corner and hopefully move up too if he follow direction.
Because honestly, there's more I want to talk about, man. But I feel like we got to play Rags to Riches right now because it's just a good segue right now, man.
Yeah, it's a real storyline for that song. If you've seen Trading Places. Right?
Well, Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, that's why I say Billy Ray Valentine, Riches to Rags, because I feel like I'm Billy Ray Valentine right now. I'm broke, I'm poor, you know. I'm down on my knuckles, I'm eating off the ground, and there's somebody else sitting in that successful spot. I'm not going to say that don't deserve it, but he's been resting on his loins too long. I think it's time for him to move and let me get his place. You know what I mean? Let him feel how it feel to be in my seat and let me get in his seat for a minute. Then later on, once he appreciate what he have, he could come back and get some money.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like Winthorpe's, you know, the Winthorpe's that's out there. I'm Billy Ray Valentine. His riches to rags. I'm going to get some riches. I'm got rags right now. But that's what it is. I'm trading places with rich dudes. I mean, and that's what it is. The rich guys could go where I'm at broke. You know what I mean? And then when y'all feel like y'all can humble yourselves, y'all can come back and get some money. Because once you have money, you can always get it again.
It's having it. It's a balance. It's having it and also appreciating what you have. Because there's a lot of people like, man, this is a lot of places we could take this conversation. Because a lot of things going on in the NFL is like it's depressing me a little bit about our young people and whatnot. But we'll get into that. Let's get into the music, man.
All right, check out this record right here. It's called Rags to Riches. Young Bandz, Hunt Zone Entertainment. Salute.
You already know this is 107.7 WSCS, New Britain and Hartford.
Young Bandz. This was your walk.
Hit both of them cameras.
I'm about that bag, nigga. Billy Ray Valentine, riches to rags, nigga. Trading places with rich niggas. I don't fuck with broke with no fake niggas. It's obvious I'm up, so I can give a fuck about a bitch or a slut. I'm about that bag, Billy Ray Valentine, riches to rags. Stay stunning, go gag me. Yellow tank, place on that jag, yeah. Like for the law, if I wanted them, I could get them, but I ain't fucking with blow denim. Horns in the hood, to get it off the land, but these fools ain't no good. Or more they wearing wires. These niggas on fire like Richard Pryor. I'm gon' write work for hire. But it's South CT, call me sire. Whoever said I ain't got the crown, they a liar. They choose fake niggas as clowns, go retire. Rockin' silver, white gold plated. Might got silver, your nose breaking. Mr. Whippin' niggas for faking. Ain't none of y'all get lost, so how the fuck am I hating?